The Asian boycott is taking a different twist as Asian business owners are really mad about the entire issue. They are like, why boycott their businesses if the crime was committed by only one person? So today I'm going to be showing you some clips and videos showing you exactly what is happening. And if you've been missing out, you're at the right place. Welcome back to my channel, and do well to subscribe so that you won't miss out on future content. Let's dive in.
Quick PSA. If the black dollar did not matter in the Asian community, you bitch ass motherfuckers would not be on this fucking app right now doing think pieces of how hateful we are and how fucked up we are and how we're not considering you guys in this economic strain. Fuck you. Fuck your business. We don't matter to you guys. Cool. Don't do think pieces on why we're boycotting. It doesn't matter. We can be boycotting because the sky is fucking blue. Bitch, our dollar doesn't matter, right? It don't matter, right? But the truth is, it does. African American people have the highest buying power in the fucking United States. If we stop spending our money point blank period amongst each other, that's it, the economy will collapse. And that's facts for your ass.
I want to thank the Asian gentleman that came on Black Folks Internet and basically to tell us that, go ahead and boycott Asian businesses because we can't, because it's everything that we need. I think you are mistaken, sir, but I actually want to thank you for bringing something to my attention. I'm like, you know what? All of my little amenities, getting my nails done, my feet done, you know what? You're right. Let me go to a Black-owned nail salon, and I actually do know a personal nail technician, a young lady, very, 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 very savvy, very business savvy. I know her nail business is doing great. But anyway, yeah, I will do that. You guys have been living off our dollars for like 60 years now. Okay, so thank you so much for encouraging us to take a look in the mirror. And by the way, all these things that are made in China has nothing to do with boycotting businesses, by the way, but hey. Anyway, I digress. But thank you. And I do encourage all of our other fellow Black people. I believe there's like a website. I have to find the name of it, but when I do, I'll put a comment on this video where you can buy Black. So it is based on where your area is, and it'll show you all the Black-owned businesses. But yes, we should be circulating our dollars amongst us because we are the only ones that's going to look out for us and look out for the future of our children. So I encourage everyone else to stop putting your money to companies that don't respect you or don't believe we deserve to exist. So let us keep our dollars with us.
Oh, I think we're missing one. Nail supply stores. Let's talk about it. And this might be just the Indiana thing, okay? When we go to the nail, wholesale nail places here in Indiana, it happens at the nail supply stores. And it used to be one on the east side, but it's not one on the east side anymore. And now I believe it's 3 on the west side. Really easy to get to off of Lafayette Road. Supposed to have your license, but they ain't asking. Anyways, the one thing that I noticed when I went in there, they would have other, okay, how do I explain this? They would have other Asian of descent people, when they come in, they would get their shit.
So the Asian boycott has reached to an extent where persons have started questioning whether it's even the right thing to do at this point, because the rate at which Asian businesses have been affected because of it, you have so many of them coming up to talk about it and how they really feel for the Cyrus guy who got killed and how the boycott is not the best way to go about it. Yes, I do get their point, and at times I myself, I sit down and question. I'm like, is this really the right thing to do at this point? True, this guy says something. Some are doing this for revenge, while others are just like, okay, they want to circulate their money in their own economy, in their own community, which is valid. But those doing for revenge, guy, it's not proper. So the boycott is taking a different twist, and people are still encouraging the boycott, but at this point in time, I don't even know if that's the right thing to do. Let's continue watching more clips.
And walk right out. I'm thinking, well, how does that work? So I asked one day, and they have like a running tab for their, for their people. They have a running tab so they can pay when they want to. Kind of situation. They're able to do things differently. What does that mean? I need to open up a wholesale warehouse or nail, where y'all can come and get it from me, whether it's online or whatever. But that got me thinking, like, it's never been equal, even in the nail where we go and get our supplies, the nail supply houses. It's never been equal there. So if you think about it, and I'm telling y'all from experience, I don't know if anybody else have recognized that, and they walk around, they typically don't, because they got cameras everywhere, but it has happened where they will follow us in there. I think it depends on what you look like. So if you look like you're owning some shit, they not. But then again, they might. It might be they day, or it might be they ain't got nothing else to do. I tell you one thing, it happens at the nail supply store.
Black people, Asian people, understand this. No, it is not all Asian-owned businesses, and you're not going to boycott all Asian-owned products because Asian-owned products are everywhere. But the second you feel microaggressions in an Asian-owned business or in any business at all, walk out. Where I live, I'm known for doing that shit. Like, the second, I'm like, excuse me? I'll walk out. I will walk out in a heartbeat. But punishing random Asian businesses is wrong, unequivocally. Just know this, supporting Black-owned businesses will always get you farther than supporting other minority businesses. It'll support your community, it'll support everything about you. So, support Black-owned businesses, that's all. But also, you can't blame Asian people for an action of one person. While it is big in their culture, anti-Blackness, I'm friends with a lot of Asians and a lot of older Asians, because I'm a quarter Korean. Asian people are human too, that's all.
And so what if Black people are boycotting Asian businesses? If that's what it takes to wake our community up.
Gia, you are very critical of Asians, and when you talk this way about our people, all you're doing is creating division. I've seen your videos about the Cyrus Rickshaw situation. I don't disagree with your stance there. It was a tragic loss of life. There is anti-Blackness within our community. I just don't think you need to imply that we deserve to be boycotted. Like, yeah, go ahead, wake our community up. Who are you referring to exactly? Maybe you should clear that up. You are telling the Black community it is okay to generalize all of us, and the ones who are speaking out against it right now, I'm watching them get bullied by their own peers, and I can only imagine that you are partially responsible. Because hey look, an Asian said it was okay. Do you know that woman?
If you come to New York, yo, you gotta order 4 chicken wings and pork fried rice.
This woman, all she's doing is telling the world how good this Asian restaurant is. And look at these comments. This is ridiculous. Like, since when are we the boot? Us, Asians in this country? The boot. Does this woman who made the chicken wings, does she need a wake-up call?
We're calling all of the Asian takeout places, replacing a big ass, fat ass.
Now, I don't want to be a hypocrite and generalize the Black community. I know these cases are outliers, and most Black people want this boycott so that they can circulate their money back into their own community, as they should. And I'm seeing stuff like this on my FYP too. Clearly, a lot of Black people are wanting to support their own people, which is good, but clearly there are some who are doing things for revenge. And I can't help but feel like people like you enable that. Now, yes, it's more the Black community's responsibility to address these people than it is ours, but my point is, you are not helping. This guy is a complete dunce and does not speak for me, yet I honestly feel like you validate his existence. You give his words power. You guys have similar energy, actually.
Please do.
So what?
I'm really wondering where you're coming from deep down. Do you really think that we are so much more capable than Black people of taking economic hits? that you can just throw all Asian businesses under the bus like this. So I don't know where you grew up, but I grew up in New York, and a lot of Asians in New York do not grow up financially privileged, whether they're East Asian, South Asian, Southeast Asian. Do you think those people are anti-black and need to wake up? I honestly feel like they don't have the time to be anti-anybody. They're trying to just make it.
I saw a video on TikTok.
Oh, I think you're the first one that come up and say that.
The Black and Asian communities, we are running through a lot of the same hurdles, but the way you talk about us, honestly, it sounds like you have the Asian version of white guilt. And I hate to use that term, but we gotta call it something. And I'll be honest, that video of yours about Jeffrey's Island and how they viewed Asians as more desirable than blacks, the one that you deleted without addressing any of the black creators that called you out, I don't know. I don't know what's going on with you. I have a lot of respect for you and other Asian creators on this app. I think we all have a place here, more or less. But this time, I cannot sit idly by while you get on here and minimize our life experiences and our people. Anti-blackness does exist within our community. It's good that you call it out. But if you continue to talk without nuance and with such anger, all you're gonna do is set yourself up as quote unquote one of the good ones, which is such a divisive, harmful, and unnecessary thing to be. I hope you understand that.
Yo, it's so crazy to me how many people I've seen on here saying that they want to boycott all Asian businesses. They're basically lumping every single Asian into one because of one person, which is crazy. This is so dumb. I mean, the only thing I can say, if you really want to boycott Asian business, fucking start with TikTok, bro. Just start here. Just leave. And before you say that TikTok was sold to America, you're right. But what you may not know is that they only sold part of their business. The majority of TikTok is still owned by a Chinese company. So there you go. I'm helping you start boycotting Asian businesses.
I'm gonna boycott your business. Well, guess what? I don't sell weaves and fake nails, so I think I'm good. Furthermore, I don't do business for you type of people. It's all plain and simple, bruh. Y'all motherfuckers don't pay your bills, you complain, you fucking have no idea what the cost of things are, you try to dick down on the price, you renege on fucking contracts. No. You gotta be at least my tone or lighter for me to do business with you. That's all there is to it.
Boy, y'all got them Asians hot. Y'all saw that guy that got on his platform and he was talking about, yeah, boycott Asians, we'll leave y'all community and see what y'all have. He was like, y'all won't have Chinese restaurants, you won't have the Chinese dry cleaners, you won't have the liquor stores, you won't have the Asian market, you won't have Jordan. Oh boy, he was rattling it off. But here's the thing, that might apply up north, it doesn't apply to the south because they don't own no Chinese dry cleaners in the south. If they do, they're far and few. The liquor stores, you guys don't own the monopoly on that either, not in the south, black, white, Asian, Indian. So that doesn't apply to you. The nail supplies, the nail salons, yeah, you guys have majority of that, but guess what? White people know how to do it. So do African Americans. We'll find somebody to do our damn nails. Also, they was talking about the clothes and stuff. Yeah, we shop from Temu because Temu is cheap. Yeah, you can take a 7-day cruise and you get 25 outfits for $50. Wear it one time, look fabulous, and throw that shit in the trash. We don't care. And he was talking about the Asian market. Well, a lot of black people don't go to the Asian market anyway, you know. And talk about the Nikes again. The Nikes, your Jordans, Michael Jordan gave it to you guys to make over there in China because they were cheap labor. It wasn't because he preferred you guys, it was just cheap labor. So stop making them. Everybody got a pair any damn way. We don't care. But to come out there and to raise Cain like that shows that you're scared. Because a lot of you guys up north are in poor black communities. So you depend on the black community to feed you. Then he talked about, yeah, we pack up and we go to our own community. We have our own communities. Okay, fine. So guess what? Have your Chinese restaurant, your Chinese dry cleaners, your nail salons and everything in your community. Why come to the poor black people? Because you're not in them prominent white people neighborhoods. Hello. So again, we really don't care. I don't eat Chinese food like that because I'm not Chinese. You guys would go in your store, you about hurry up and buy, so I don't even buy. And I do my nails myself because over the years, you guys do a worse job and you want more money. So no, I do mine at home, and guess what? We've been doing our nails for decades. So we got a chick in the garage right now, so we're doing acrylics. So you'll be okay. So again, make that be a wake-up call because they're talking pure cash shit. about black people and what we will lose if we stop patronizing them. We will lose a goddamn thing. So y'all be alright. So boy, bye. But let there be a lesson. You give your money to people that don't value you at all. They just want your dollar. Hurry up and buy. Hurry up and buy. So think about that next time you walk into an Asian establishment and they treat you like shit. Are you going to still give them your money, or are you going to walk away and give it to somebody else? Food for thought. Just saying.
Anyway, so she started this whole movement where she said, you know what? We're going to completely boycott the Asian community. What? We're going to boycott the whole community. We're not going to buy from them. We're going to keep the money circulating within the black community. We're not going to buy from you. We're not going to, I don't know if she said we're going to not sell to you, but basically we're going to differentiate ourselves. Like we're going to be... differentiate ourselves from each other.
She said, you guys there?
And we're here. Yeah, absolutely. So I just wanted to get your take on that. I want to hear what your opinion is on this.
Babes, anything that's divisive in any community, I don't like it. And yes, she might have a few points of certain things, but the Asian community, they do work hard. You know, and it's just the same thing of whether racists are saying, you know, or the black people are, you know, they don't work hard, or they might be lazy, or this and that. Imagine somebody's judging you like that. Now you're coming to the next brown, you know, community and saying, you know what, we shouldn't buy them. By the way, it really wouldn't damage them anyways.
So,
well, if you boycott the Asians, as
there's
blacks,
so many boss man shops,
as blacks,
of course,
what would they lose? So it's just being, divisive, and you know, just spreading something that's not productive.
This comment is problematic for me on so many different levels. I decided I want to break it down and talk about it. Let's talk about the boycott first. The boycott isn't just about Chow. This is how I see it. It's generations upon generations of bigotry and racism and mistreatment against black people from Asian people operating businesses in black communities. Accumulative, like years and years piled up on top of each other. And that accumulation adds to many young black people, young men in particular, being murdered by white people or Asian people. It just seems like it's a systematic, like, disease in this country. And it didn't come from out of nowhere. And some of the ways that I'm talking about it, I'm hoping to dissect how it came to be this way. And if you want to go back to my other videos, please take a look. And as for boycotting Asian businesses, I don't think anybody talking about this particular boycott is talking about universal boycott of Asian businesses, because, I mean, how many of y'all got Samsung phones? You drive a Honda, a Kia? I mean, it's just silly. I think it's on a smaller scale, person to person, community to community interactions. I think it's more of a grassroots movement, and immediately people who are directly connected to these communities are going to feel the pain of it. I think that's the intent. I mean, to take it a step further, I don't see anybody talking about boycotting, Tao, the very, very famous Asian restaurants in Vegas and New York and other places, or anime for that matter. BTS, anyone? K-pop? I mean, come on. And don't let me get started on, no, don't let me get there. I was going to talk about Asian women and American and Western men, but that's a whole different topic. And as for your comment about who will replace the Asians, are you serious? Like, first of all, Asian people are not a monolith. Like, any person isn't a monolith of anything, right? But Asian people are not a group that you can just pluck out and replace with something. Just like we can't replace black people. We can't replace white people. We can't replace human beings in the manner that you're talking about. And as for you talking about how are we raising kids to aspire to be nail techs and restaurant owners and whatnot, do you see how you sound right there? I mean, do you even understand what you just said? The goal here in our humanity is to raise children who can be anything they want based on their talents, their level of commitment, and what's available for them. It's not about us raising kids to do something to fit a narrative of a certain group of people. That's just plain short-sighted and ignorant and narrow-minded. I know a highly educated Black woman who has a daughter, a teenage daughter, and the mom herself, she's like, you know what? I think she's going to have to be a nail tech because she won't study. All she cares about is being cute. And it's just going to have to be okay because she'll be able to make a living, and I have to be okay that she doesn't have to have an MBA and have 18 other degrees to make it feel like she's worth anything in this country or this life. And my dry cleaner, he's Albanian. So to bring it all back on this boycott, I respect anyone who wants to do it. And any Asian person out here running your mouth and being an asshole and fighting about it, it's your fault. It's people like you that we blame on this particular issue.
But what they're trying to do now, they're trying to spin the whole narrative of Black people saying, hey, we're going to kind of pump the brakes on going in some of your businesses if you think you're going to have a green light to start bussing. So they're trying to now flip this, excuse me, into boycotting them is equivalent to Asian hate. They're trying to drum up the Stop Asian Hate narrative again. All right. So let me let y'all hear a couple of clips out here that's circulating by some of the Asian influencers on social media. Let me let y'all know some of the things that they're saying. Listen to some of this stuff. And some of them are getting very disrespectful with it. Hold on one second. All right. Let's listen to this. Hold on. Where are we? All right. Here we go. Hold on.
Look, I wasn't going to talk about the Rick Chow situation, but as an Asian American, I have to talk about this. Black people are calling for other Black people to boycott all Asian businesses. Are you kidding me? So the actions of one individual represents the entire race, huh? We should punish the entire fucking race because of one person.
Y'all do that to us? If somebody do something to you, you follow us around and you pew-pewing innocent Black kids who didn't do anything?
I'm just going to call it what it is. This is straight up racism. Asians are a minority in this country, even more so than Black people. Once one Asian person steps out of line, the entire race gets hated on. Remember COVID? Remember? China virus?
That was white people doing that. The white supremacists was doing that, all that China. That was Trump and the, no. See, they try to put all that on us. They don't say nothing about the white supremacists. Hold on.
Kung flu virus, the whole 150% increase in Asian hate crimes, and the whole Stop Asian Hate movement, which conveniently was stopped because of who they found out were the perpetrators. Chinese is different than Japanese, is different from Korean, is different from Vietnamese. There are over 2 billion people in Asia. They're all fucking different. We are not a monolith. As Asians in America...
Hold on. Let me pause that for one second. I don't want to hear that you're not a monolith nonsense. You became a monolith to protect Peter Liang. Remember, don't let them run that game. We ain't a monolith. When Peter Liang unalived Akai Gurley, all these Asian organizations from Korean, Vietnamese, Chinese, Japanese, all of them got together to protect Peter Liang. Don't ever forget that. Don't let them run that shit. All of them got together to protect Peter Liang. All of them. All right? Don't let them try to, well, we ain't them and we ain't, no. All of you got together as an Asian bloc to protect one of your fellow Asians against him harming a Black person. All right? Y'all don't do that. No. Don't play that game. All right, let me play the rest of this. All right? Let me play the rest. Hold on.
We are only tolerated. They like our culture. They like our food. They like our music.
Okay, I didn't see all. Who? What? We like what? What your culture? What culture we like? What culture? We go to the food spots because y'all be cooking our shit. Yeah, what culture? We don't patronize you like that. Hold on now. What culture? Hold on. I didn't catch that part. What culture? Hold on, let me take that back. What culture? What culture do we like? Hold on.
Fucking different. We are not a monolith. As Asians in America, we are only tolerated. They like our culture, they like our food, they like our music.
What? What music? What music? K-pop? What music is he talking about? What music is he? Y'all over there doing 90s R&B, some shit we created. Yo, that's your biggest music genre is some shit we did in the 90s. What you talking about? K-pop, which is a bootleg version of our 90s R&B? What are you talking about? Really? Now you see why people are like, okay, these folks got a lot of nerve. Really?
People are calling the boycott of Asian businesses collective punishment. You know, I can see why they think that, but for me personally, I'm holding off on that assessment. You need to realize this is a very natural response, in my personal opinion, and it's very mild in the sense that I'm seeing people bring up collective punishment in the sense like, oh, people saw one thing and then they took it out through violence. They rioted through the streets and attacked their businesses. This is purely just a boycott. This is people choosing not to spend their money at certain businesses. All right. This is perfectly within legal limits. Okay. Another point I want to bring up is even without an organized boycott, people already made up their minds when they saw on the news that another kid has been killed by an Asian business owner. Let's say there is a restaurant franchise, one location accidentally food poisons their clientele and news spreads around, and people around the United States decide to avoid that franchise altogether. Is that collective punishment? I don't really think so. All right. I think collective punishment in this situation would be if people across the United States decides to burn down every single franchise they can find, despite that one specific location being the one at fault. I think you can just argue that this is poor marketing from Asian business owners. All right. The fact that there's already a record of Asian business owners killing Black kids, that's horrible marketing. Why would, just think about it for a moment. Do you think the Black community would have somewhat concerns shopping at Asian businesses knowing that there's a record of Asian business owners killing Black kids? Think about that for a moment. I feel like, again, that's why I feel like this is a natural response. This is a natural response to a kid getting killed. People are going to call this pandering. They're going to call me performative, even call me a traitor. And I understand where they're coming from, but for something like this, I like to try to not have as much ego as possible, because just think about it like this. Let's say there is no boycott. Let's say people react as if nothing happened after this kid tragically died. What type of accountability would you see from the Asian community? What type of action would you see from the Asian community? And I think that is a brutal question, because I worry there won't be any accountability at all.
So I want to talk about the Asian / boycott. Not Asian / boycott. What the fuck I mean? The boycott / blackout. Because I wanted to talk about how I first saw it compared to now. So when I first saw it, when it first happened, I was very shocked, not in a bad way, but I was shocked on how fast Black people operated when it came to the boycott. I quickly saw Black people leave Asian beauty supplies, salons, anything Asian they backed out of. And then I saw Black people quickly promote businesses, quickly open businesses, and I frankly was astonished, because I never seen black people move this fast. But then again, when black people say we're gonna do some shit, we are gonna do that shit. And frankly, I was, quite pleased about that. But at the same time, there was like, I think a couple of black creators on here. I don't know if they're still on here anymore. I think they kind of faded into not obscurity but irrelevancy. But there was like 2 black creators on here. They basically prank called Asian restaurants and was like, hey, I want to get X amount of this order, and then they said they will pick it up, pay for it, never will. And then I basically felt like that wasn't the step in the right direction, because I will be honest, I was raised, when it comes to movements, we do the high road and high road only. We don't do anything low road, because that's not gonna be fruitful in the future for the movement. So whenever I saw people prank calling Asian businesses, I'm like, I don't know, this seems kind of like, I don't know, it rubbed me the wrong way. I'm gonna just be honest, it rubbed me the wrong way. And I feel like as black people, we need to do the high road. I know when it comes to circumstances like this, we're just like, fuck the high road. But me personally, I feel like if we stick to the high road, I feel like the movement and the blackout/boycott will have a stronger impact than if we stoop to the low road. So now let me explain where I'm at mentally, because I don't know if anyone cares, but I want to say what I've discovered and what I feel like as of now. So when it comes to currently and present day, I am disappointed in my Asian community. By the way, I am black and Asian. I'm disappointed in the the Asian community for basically not acknowledging the elephant in the room. And if y'all don't know the elephant in the room, basically a man named Rick Chow, he shot and killed Cyrus, an innocent black teenager, over an assumption, no, not a fact, an assumption, and basically just shot him dead. And he wasn't remorseful, and he basically got away scot-free recently because he shot and killed Cyrus, I think a couple of years ago or 3 years ago, and then his trial just went on recently and he got released like nothing happened. And that right there, that is what is making black people mad, because Asian people aren't acknowledging that. I know that shit hurts to talk about, but at the same time, to my Asian community, if you expect to, you can't improve on this until you sit through the hurt, sit through the discomfort, and sit through the stress. Because if you just want to brush all this shit underneath the rug, how the hell can you get rid of your anti-blackness? Like how? I'm being dead honest. To the Asian community, if you expect black people to look at you the same way again, sit through the hurt, sit through the discomfort, and sit through like the uncomfortable like nature of this. Because if you cannot sit, like I said previously, and improve on it, then you're just going to stay stuck, and then nothing will change, and this shit will be a cycle for years on end, even after I leave this earth. Also, I don't know how true this is, but I'm going to believe it because death threats are very seriously. I've heard through black creators who spoke out on the boycott, spoke on the boycott or the blackout. I heard some creators got death threats or basically got high-key disrespected by either Asian creators or people who weren't Asian or black. And yeah, we're not gonna do that. If you are that butthurt about the boycott/blackout, then that says more about you than black people. I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but if the blackout/boycott really made you that butthurt, that's on you. That isn't on us as black people, because we were the ones who removed ourselves from the situation. You're the ones who are supposed to, you know, do a come to Jesus moment and think, oh, what should I do to reevaluate myself, or what can I do to actually do better, and what can I do to make my ethnic community better? But no, ethnic community do better. That's what I meant. Sorry. And yeah, nothing at all. And before I get like any Asian creators saying like, oh, not our Asians are like that, I know I'm part Asian myself, but at the same time, if you have another ethnic community that's been giving you so much grace for so many decades, and then one person broke the camel's back and that ethnic community was like, fuck it, that's not on them, that's on you. Again, that's on you, not on them, the victim. That's on you, the perpetrator. And to be honest, I wanted to stay neutral in this, but I'm low-key getting ashamed of my... I'm not ashamed of being Asian, but I'm ashamed of the Asian creators on here that are basically not even trying to acknowledge the elephant in the room, not trying to do better, and not trying to call out the anti-blackness in the Asian community. Like that, this is ridiculous. I know there's going to be people that do not believe me because I'm part Asian myself, but my thing is, when this first happened, I wanted to stay absolutely fucking neutral, because I didn't know what side to pick. I am black and Asian. Because if I pick one side, the other side's not gonna look at me the same way. Pretty much now, because I stated I was neutral. But now, I'm definitely siding with my black brothers and sisters. Because, yeah, no. As much love as I like both my cultures, I can't sit by and see black people who are trying to do better for their own community and they get ridiculed, get that death threats, and people just talk smack just because they decide to remove themselves from people who do not value their time, money, energy, all that stuff, and always insinuate and generalize them as being, you know, criminals, which we are not. Also, I bet y'all don't know. Fun fact, even when I go to Asian places, they don't look at me the same way. As in, they don't see me as Asian. They see me as half inbred. Like, oh, he could steal. Oh, he could not steal. Oh, all that stuff. And also, because I don't look a certain way, some Asian places, they won't bat an eye, but some Asian places will bat an eye just because of the way I look. So, yeah. I want to put that out there. Even me, as someone who is black and Asian, even I get prejudiced in my own community, the Asian community, just because of the way I am. I want to end this by saying, basically saying that I am proud that us black people meant what we said, and we're going to stand on business. And also, I want to call out the Asian community. Please, if you want to be back in black people's good graces, please acknowledge all the shit that you guys have caused to anti-blackness, and we will work from there. But other than that, don't expect black people to come back to your businesses, salons anytime soon. After all the anti-blackness in the Asian community, yeah, it's gonna take a while.
Boycott Asian businesses. Boycott Asian businesses. Are you stupid? Are you dumb? Like, some of y'all niggas claim to be so woke until the CIA drop another psyop, and all of a sudden you're mindless. You're mindless puppets again. Wake up and turn your anger at the system, not the people, dummy.
And to anybody else that want to join in, but to my black community, don't fuck with them Asians.
I've seen different videos of black Americans saying that the Asian community needs to make it right with the black community because of the 14-year-old black boy that was shot and killed by Mr. Choi, an Asian man, because his case was dismissed and he wasn't charged with murder. Now I have a question. How has the black community made it right with the Asian community when it comes to cases like Cordell Gooseby? Ring a bell? A black man who murdered an Asian woman, Aina Kwan, and her unborn baby. She was 8 months pregnant, and his case was dismissed. This was one out of the hundreds and thousands of Asian hate cases caused by black people. So if y'all really want to hold other communities accountable, then that same accountability applies to the black community. But we all know that the black community hates accountability.
The business owner, like the Asian business owners, Chinese, Korean, I never know like which is which when I'm looking at them or talking to them, but they are in an uproar right now. They are so upset because it is said that their businesses are getting boycotted, that their parking lots are empty based off of a not guilty verdict that's recently happened prior to this weekend. And there's a lot of people upset, and people are really upset at the Asian community. I have never ever seen an Asian go off before until today. I have never seen a Korea or a Chinese person go off and just go in so hard until I seen it today on TikTok. These people are pissed. Allegedly, one Asian came back and said that we actually need them, that we can't make it without their businesses. They said everything that we buy is made in China, made in Korea, and so on and so on. The guy basically said that we cannot make it without their products. But yet, I don't think that he completely lied. If you go into our stores, 90% of what's on those shelves in the store, made in China. The next time you go to Walmart, Target, or any of those stores, pick up one of those coffee cups, look at the bottom of it, made in China. Your spoons, knife, and fork set, turn it over and look at it, made in China. The next time you go buy a blanket or something, look at the tag on the blanket, made in China. So they are talking, bro, and these people are pissed because they feel like the boycott is really affecting their businesses. And if it's true, and some of the videos I've seen on TikTok today is true, and they're not made up AI videos, it looks like that boycott is taking effect extremely fast. One lady pulled up to 3 of the nail salons, and every last one of them was empty, man. Now, I don't know if those nail salons open on Sunday. She could have been capping and pulled up on a day that they were closed, but it seems to me like those nail salons are open 7 days a week, man. But them Asians is starting to try to clap back, bro. Y'all better be careful. I ain't never seen an Asian go off like I seen today. It's getting crazy out here, y'all.
The black boycott of Asian businesses, I agree. And guess what? It's not a boycott. Y'all Asians, get over yourselves. This is not a boycott. We just going to support black-owned businesses. That's all we're going to do.
Y'all just going to get less business.
Yeah. I mean, open up your Chinese restaurants in your own neighborhood.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Open your nail salons. Move the nail salons from our neighborhoods to your neighborhood. And you know what's so funny about Asian neighborhoods?
Mm-hmm.
Outside of the big cities with the Chinatowns and all this kind of shit like that, like in San Antonio, Asians are here. They own all the salons and, you know, all the nail tech salons and all that type of shit like that. But where the fuck y'all live at? I don't know what the Asian neighborhood is, because we ain't got no Chinatown.
I ain't never seen the
Antonio.
Asian neighborhood.
Where y'all who it at?
So I made a video about the black community boycotting the Asian community because of what happened with Rick Chow. And let me just say that a lot of the comments on that video were asking why I would be talking about black business when I'm not black. Yes, that's very obvious. I'm not black. But what's going on within society affects everybody. So I'm gonna fucking speak on it, whether you fucking like it or not. Because if we didn't speak about it, you'd be complaining about that. How come you're not talking about that? How come you're not raising hell about this? And if we talk about it, it's stay out of our fucking business. Like I said, this is happening within society, so it affects everybody. So we're gonna speak on it. You can't just fucking pick and choose. And I'm still gonna say it, both sides are acting petty. You know, how are you gonna blame a whole group of people because of what one fucking guy did? Come on, grow the fuck up.
Yeah, these guys too are human. So I've come to this point where I just realized that actually what they've been crying out, they're not completely wrong. Like, blaming them for the actions of an entire population. But there is one thing that from these clips that I watched that I really got, like, if you walk into a store, into a salon, and you feel disrespected, no matter the race, walk out. If you feel like your self-respect is being threatened at a particular point, walk out. But I don't actually feel like boycotting these guys, their businesses, is the best way to do, because in an economy, we all depend or rely on each other. And black people supporting their own black community, is still okay by me. It's fine, it's great. But just coming up with a full rebellion that no, we should boycott Asian businesses. I'm trying to put myself in their own shoe. Like, there's some people that they feed, like, they use our money to feed, and just imagine how difficult it has been for them because of the boycott. So I think we should take those things into consideration. If you loved my video, I really love to hear your thoughts in the comment section, and do well to leave me a like and subscribe to my channel so that you won't miss out on my future content. Thank you very much for watching.